Hello, everybody. I'm Grant Fluff from Flusher Sports Zone, and welcome back to another NASCAR commentary. Tonight, we have the Geico 500 Talladega Superspeedway. 188 total laps, 60 laps in the first two stages, and then 68 laps on stage 3. Christopher Bell starting on the pole, and Landon Castle looks like is starting in last. Ryan Blaney t-shirt. It came in the mail a few weeks ago. First NASCAR broadcast since I got the shirt, so I figured I'd wear it today. Blaney won at this track back in 2020. He beat out Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on a last lap craziness, which I commentated that race back in the Sportscaster days. Blaney starting 22nd today. We have Martin Truex Jr. starting second next to Bell. He has two top fives yet to win in this track. Last week's winner, Kyle Busch, who won in the Bristol Dirt Track. He is starting in the green energy car. Where is he starting, Kyle Busch? Starting 12th, and his brother Kurt Busch starting 6th. As they head down the back straightaway, Truex representing Mass Pro Shop today. Christopher Bell sponsoring DeWalt. There's Brad Keselowski. Behind his former teammate Joey Logano. As we are ready to get things going here at Talladega. Again, 188 laps, one of the shorter tracks of every year, and usually we have a very exciting third stage, so we'll see if that'll carry over into this. Bubba Wallace, last time they raced in Talladega was back in the fall. Bubba Wallace, he is starting 9th tonight. Wallace won that race off of a rain delay where he led with about 30 laps to go, and then they called the race off. His only career win up to this point. Trying to see if there's anyone else who can potentially win this one. I mean, Kyle Larson's been in a slump, the defending champion. He's yet to win this year. I think he maybe has only won once. Actually, I lied. He has won one. That was back in the second race of the season, back in Phoenix. So I don't really know what's going to be the deal here. This should be a pretty interesting race. Blaney representing the Worth sponsor. First, I think that's a new paint scheme for Blaney. All right. Well, anyway, Clint Boyer, he was riding around in the old George Allison car during the pre-races, and now he's, I think, heading back up to the Fox booth to join Mike Joy and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Talladega is such a legendary track. Had the Xfinity race here yesterday. 500 miles equals the 188 laps. Pit road mile per hour is at 55. Fuel window 38 to 42 laps. And I'm assuming we will not have a competition caution. I'm not 100% sure on that one, though, as they head down the back straightaway. Take a look at Daniel Hemrick. Best Talladega finish was 5th. He's starting 3rd. Daniel Hemrick. It is him, Noah Gragson, J.J. Yaley, and Landon Castle who cannot get points as they are part-time drivers. So they basically can't get points even if they win. Take a look at Noah Gragson starting 31st. 15,000 odds to win, representing Wendy's. It's been a while since we've seen a Wendy's car. Kevin Harvick starting 24th. He's another one who has yet to win a race this year. You'd expect him to win by now. Huck Brothers Pizza Cam, Eric Almirola retiring at the end of the year. Sponsored by Smithfield. Starting at 23rd. Chase Briscoe starting at 17th. And Brad Keselowski starting 15th. Slightly better odds to win, according to FoxBet. 1,014 compared to Briscoe's 1,015. Austin Dillon starting 14th. 8,000 plus to win. I wouldn't place my bet on Austin Dillon, although he doesn't do bad at this track. Joey Logano, another one who doesn't do bad, but I won't put my money on him either. I think I have Denny Hamlin winning today's race, as Bell will take the outside, trucks in the inside, and away we go. Talladega in Alabama, as Bell jumps out to the lead and heads off into turn one, and now goes in around turn two as they approach the back straightaway. Logano on the way outside trying to, make a pass, but he's going to fall backwards. Bell still in front as they head into turn three, and here comes Daniel Suarez off the outside. Suarez is having a tremendous season and is yet to get a win, but he has a second-place finish and a few top tens, and Kurt Busch is going to end up pushing Suarez hopefully into second. Not a good day for the Monster Energy car yesterday. Ty Gibbs got in a crash. So I guess Kyle Busch is trying to perform better than that. As we head into lap two, Suarez looking to go on the outside on Bell. He tries to. And then Hamlin gets squished up the middle between Logano and Briscoe in the middle of the pack. Down turn two they go and into the back straightaway. Suarez still leading on the outside. Now three wide. Cindric, Logano, and Kyle Busch, I believe. Wow. Three wide as they head to turn three. And it's still three wide on some aspects of the track. The middle of that track is really cramped up here. One wreck, and we could have a big one. A couple of cars crash, and we could be off for a red flag of sorts. Wallace on the outside of Eric Almirola. Here on stage three, Hemrick passes Byron for fifth. Let's take a look again here on the replay. Logano almost hit in the back of Almirola. And that could have been dangerous if he ended up spitting him out there. He's probably taken out about 4 cars at minimum, and about maximum close to 10 to 15. Reddick will pass Larson for 7th. At least he will for now on the outside. Suarez still in front as we are approaching lap 4. Bell and Suarez practically side by side. Heading into turn 2. Bell. There's one career win. That was a Daytona road course back last year. Daniel Suarez finished second, the Pocono of July 2018, 6th year in the Cup Series. Suarez back in front over Bell, at least for the moment. Suarez took over Carl Edwards in the number 19 car back in 2016. I think he was in there for until, 2017 roughly? And then he got sent back down to Xfinity Series. Well, he got called back up again last year, and he's done significantly well under the new partnership featuring Pimple. As Bell will regain the lead heading into lap 5. Now Suarez and Truex will battle it over for second as they head down the back straightaway. Austin Dillon trying to find his way around Kyle Busch. He's currently sitting in 11th. Justin Haley passes Eric Jones for 13th. Now Hemrick passes Kurt Busch for 4th. As we take a look at the Logano car, 3 wins at Talladega, 9 top 5s on 26 starts. He's done pretty well at this track. Let's see if that'll continue on here. Currently battling it out with Ross Chastain for 16th. Chastain won the race back in Las Vegas a few weeks back. Larson passes Byron for 6th. They head down the back straightaway. Harvick tries to go on the bumper of Cindric. Now Bell still in front by about half a second. My goodness, what a good race we've had so far. 6 in at 60, and no one besides the cars that are projected to start near the rear are really the only ones that are at this race so far. Bell still in front, blocking Truex on the inside. Look at Kurt Busch go. Busch getting bump draft by William Byron, and he'll make the pass on Hemrick. Hemrick now tries to bump draft Truex and tries to get third or fourth there. Currently sitting in 4th is Hemrick, as we now have lap 8. Well, now lap 8. Look at this Daytona. Suarez. Superspeedway in 20 starts. His best career finish has been 10th place. See if that'll change tonight. There's Kurt Busch on the outside, passing Kyle Larson for 5th. And down the back straightaway in 3 lines, essentially. The top 30 or so cars are well in this race. Actually, even more than that. Or like everyone but Landon Castle. Landon Castle's my second favorite driver. Good to know he's not doing good. He's going at about 170 when everyone else is going 180 or higher. Kyle Busch on the outside, really catching up some ground now in that top 10. He's going to move up to 9th past Hamlin, and it looks like he's going to be able to make a move around Dillon as Landon Castle gets put a lap down. First car to be put a lap down. Castle was in the top 10 for most of the Xfinity Series race yesterday. And again, there's Castle. Really sitting last at 39th. First car to get lapped down in the Fox-sponsored car. I feel like that's the only reason why he's even in this race is because obviously you can watch this race live on Fox. And, well, might as well sponsor Fox. Suarez in 4th. It looks like that's going to be changing real soon, though. Hemrick up in 3rd, at least he was for the moment, as we head into double-digit laps. Bell and Suarez side by side off turn 1 and now heading into turn 2. Bell, it looks like right now the inside has the leverage, and a couple of cars go past the yellow line. That Hamlin was one of them. And I think there's going to let a bunch of cars pass him to potentially avoid a big wreck. Here comes Kyle Busch into 3rd, and Bell's going to drop back into 4th, at least for the moment. And Busch brothers are side by side next to Bell. Harvick comes up the middle, tries to give Chase Elliott a little bump draft. Him a nudge going in on the inside and passing number 42. Now Kurt Busch gets sucked up the middle. That was Ty Dillon in the 42, by the way. Currently in 12th. Ty Dillon's another very good short track racer. Greg Biffle in the 44 back in 24th. This has so far been one of his best performances this year. Of course, so Biffle retired for a few years before coming back. Paint scheme was announced on Friday. Suarez back in front. So it is Suarez, Byron, and Bell. That is your top three as we head into lap 11. Just getting underway here at Talladega. Well, it's been a few. I must say it's been a few weeks, but it's been even longer than that. It's been more like well over a month since the last time I've done a NASCAR broadcast. So I figured it's about time we do one. And this Sunday worked well for me, luckily. And it was a track I really wanted to do. So here we are. Take a look at the NBA scores. As, of course, the playoffs are going on right now. Currently, the Bucks have a 117-90, now 119-95 lead over the Bulls. So Milwaukee is going to take a 3-1 series lead there. Warriors and Nuggets starting any second now. That game is about to get underway. Then we have Heat and Hawks at 7 o'clock. And then Suns and Pelicans tomorrow at 9:30. Then tomorrow's broadcast, I missed Game 3 last night, but I will be commentating Game 4, Celtics and Nets tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. At least if all goes well, I'll be commentating that game. So tune back in tomorrow. Will the Celtics be the first team to advance in the playoffs, or will it be the Warriors with a win today over the Nuggets to be determined? NHL scores. The Hurricanes defeated the Islanders 5-2, and the Red Wings beat the Devils 3-0. The Blue Jackets are going to defeat the Oilers. Edmonton did clinch a playoff spot on Friday, though, so no need to panic there. 4-2, Columbus over Edmonton. At 4 o'clock, my friend is going to be at this game, but the Penguins and the Flyers are on. Then we have Lightning and Panthers at 7 o'clock, Avalanche Jets at 7, Maple Leafs Capitals at 7, and Bruins Canadiens at 7. Good to see the Bruins are on. Bruins beat the Rangers yesterday, so they have a back-to-back. They're playing up at the Bell Center. While the Predators at 8, Ducks Blues 8:30, Sharks Golden Knights at 10, and we'll get to the MLB scores during the next commercial break as we head out of the break with Suarez still in front, leading 5 of 13 laps. We are currently on lap 15, and look at Kyle Busch go on the outside and past Denny Hamlin. Which, crazy enough, they both seem to be outside the top 20. Busch really working his way up now. 46 laps to go in stage 1. A.J. Dillon up in 12th. Ty Dillon in 7th. Suarez still in front ahead of Byron by 0.9 of a second. Eric Jones now in that 10th spot. Gregson passes Harvick for 13th, and they flip-flop. Kurt Busch currently 9th. Lowest being 10th so far, highest being 3rd. Single file through the first 9 cars, basically. Reddick currently sitting at 25th, behind Landon Castle in the Fox Nations car, like I mentioned. Sometimes I feel like Landon Castle's only here because of the Fox sponsor, but that's neither here nor there. He's currently in the middle of that pack, still in last place. And then Ricky Stenhouse Jr., second to last. He is not put a lap down, but he's well over 2 seconds behind the leader. Justin Haley moves into 7th. And Chris Buescher passes Gillen for 23rd. Todd Gillen, the rookie, had a strong performance at Daytona 500, his first ever race. He's kind of slipped off since then. And I don't know, I think he has, 1 or 2 top 20 finishes, and that's pretty much about it. But again, when you're a rookie, you're expected to obviously not do fantastic your first year. So lucky for him, not only was his father a decent NASCAR driver, but he's already pretty good himself, has to improve on some things, Gillen, but can continue to improve as the years go around. You know, not everyone's going to be like Austin Cindric and win their first career race at Daytona. Ty Dillon, best finish was 3rd. That was back in 2020 Talladega fall race. Suarez still in front as we head into lap 19. Go down the back straightaway. Dillon staying on the inside. And Hemrick will pass him off the draft from Kyle Larson. Lap 20. Now set to begin. We haven't had caution yet, which is pretty good. Look at that. The U.S. Air Force being represented by Almirola. Very nice paint scheme. Austin Dillon. And now in 13th, you see the back of him. Harvick trying to make a move. Now Byron goes on the bumper of Suarez. And we take a look again here at Hamrick. Well, we saw the replay of Almirola trying to bump draft Dillon. Suarez still in front as we approach lap 21. So it seems like they go about 10 laps and then commercial break. Suarez in front. No cautions yet as we are now a quarter of the way through. Wow. At this point, 35. All right. Take a look at the MLB scores. Your Rays are leading the Red Sox 5-2 in the top of the 9th. The Rockies defeating the Tigers 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 7th. Yankees up 8-0 over the Guardians. And how about yesterday? Yankee fans throwing garbage out on the field after the game. That was ridiculous. Making fun of an injured player. Bottom of the 6th, Marlins defeating the Braves 3-1. The Giants defeating the Nationals 5-3 in the top of the 7th. Bottom of the 6th, the Reds defeating the Cardinals 4-1. Top of the fourth, the White Sox defeating the Twins 2-1. Top of the fifth, Astros defeating the Blue Jays 4-2. Top of the second, 2-0 Cubs over the Pirates. Man, yesterday the Cubs defeated the Pirates 21-0. And right now they're up 2-0. Oh my God. That's crazy. Oreg and Contreras scored. Wow. So I got 4:07. We have two games, Rangers and Athletics, and then Orioles Angels. At 4:10, we have three games, Royals Mariners, Mets Diamondbacks, and Dodgers Padres. Wow. Dodgers and Padres. And then it's 7:08 Eastern Time, Phillies versus Brewers on ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball, which I commentated the Sunday Night Baseball, I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was when the Red Sox defeated the Yankees, which was fun. But I am a NASCAR fan myself, and I'm going to have plenty of time to do baseball broadcasts as the season continues on there. So might as well only do NASCAR as it's only once a week. So Suarez is still in front, Byron's still in second, Bell's still in third, Truex still in fourth, and Hemrick still in fifth. So not a lot of lead changes in this race so far, and not really a lot of change in the top 8, I'd say. Kurt Busch in 8th, Chase Elliott 9th, and Ty Dillon in 10th. That's the 8 through 10 here. Harvick on the outside. Nice to make a move around Dillon. Bowman behind Gregson. Logano to the side of Gregson. Stay in front of him on the outside. Logano, I think he saw the lane in between the track that kind of opened. Didn't go through it though. 35 to go in stage 1. Gregson. We're going to pass Logano here on the left side and on the inside. Can't do it. Plus, Austin Dillon's in his way anyway. So, it'll be tough for him to stay in front. Gregson, by the way, clocking in at the fastest lap at 195 miles an hour. Gregson won the Xfinity Series race. That was his 7th career Xfinity Series win. Wasn't like Kyle Busch last week, setting the milestone for his 60th career victory in the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Suarez will stay in front. We now approach lap 28. Take a look at Saturday, 4 o'clock on Fox. Yesterday, I had a fun time watching Philadelphia against Pittsburgh. More USFL action. I know. I missed the USFL game this week. I know. Very disappointing. I would have commentated the game on Friday. That was my plan, actually, was to commentate the game on Friday, but I had my booster shot right around kickoff, and at that point, I just wasn't really in the I wasn't really in the mood to commentate afterwards, so I was just like, okay, I guess I won't. And I passed up on a defensive-heavy game. I think New Jersey win 10-3 or whatever it was. It seemed like I was relatively happy that wasn't like an absolute shootout between two great teams. It was just a very defensive type game, which I appreciate those type of games, but to commentate, those can certainly get a little bit drawn out. Unlike the Pittsburgh and Philadelphia game from yesterday, that was insane. I'm pretty sure the Maulers, or no, the Philadelphia won because Scott played amazing. That quarterback, he was playing amazing. What's his name? Bart Scott? Bart Scott would be his name. He's very good. Suarez still in front on the inside, blocking off Byron. As we're heading back to commercial breaks. I wasn't expecting another one so quickly. I don't know why I'm tired. I don't know why I'm tired or why I'm still tired. For the top of the ninth for a while. Are the Red Sox going to lose yet? Oh no, 2 outs, full count. I don't know why this inning's taking forever. Hit, and oh, there you go. Now it's over. Rays win 5-2. I spoke too soon. Well, we head out of the commercial break showing Tyler Reddick entering into his pit stop. 28 laps to go here in stage one. And yeah, they're currently checking the engine of Reddick. We'll keep you updated on what's up with his car as they head off turn 3. So now, Biffle now in top 20 for the second time. Hamlin looking to also pass on the outside. So Reddick's getting put laps down here, and it was Landon Castle losing last place for every single lap up until this point. But as long as Larson continues to keep running, he will finish ahead of Reddick, I guess. Yeah. Reddick currently in the pit, so he's now in last place. Castle's still 1 lap down in 38th. Corey LaJoy passed. And, some smoke! And that's not good. There was some smoke coming out of a car, and Spencer Ware has just blown a tire heading into pit road. And now he does a little donut and gets himself right back where he needs to be. Keselowski ends his pit stop relatively early, so does Briscoe. Blaney gets gas. Michael McDowell gets gas. As we stay green after that Ware incident. As more cars continue to head to pit road, this time we have Bell, Kurt Busch, Truex, Wallace, Hamlin, and Bowman. Bowman will just get gas. Kurt Busch is just going to get new left-sided tires. Truex and Wallace both get gas. Bell is going to take a new set of left tires. And Christopher Bell, surprisingly, the first one to head off pit road. Looks like Wallace is last. Actually, Hamlin will be last. So he just found his way in the top 30. Also Ware in 38th now. As more cars enter into the pits, Stenhouse, Byron, and the leader, Daniel Suarez, of course, along with others. So now Cole Custer's in the lead. We'll see how long that lasts. Harvick enters into his pit stop. Suarez getting new tires on the left-hand side, still needing to fill up with gas. Now Suarez is out. Larson's out. So it's Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson will win that race off the pit road. Going out last is none other than Todd Gilliland. Custer's in the lead. It looks like he's going to head off with Kyle Busch. Joey Logano and Harrison Burton. Another rookie. Logano just takes gas. Custer, he'll get gas as well. Busch out of there, no problem. Custer and Busch side by side, basically, heading off pit road. So now Logano's in front. All right. Now Busch and the other cars who pitted will find their way back on the track. The Busch brothers in 14th and 17th, respectively. Logano sitting on the inside, getting a lot of cars passing him on the outside. Logano going over 180. Yeah, we take a look at Ware again. He just tried to slam on the brakes. Try to move too quick. I don't know what the deal was there. Clearly backfired, though, and there you go. Almost crashed into Briscoe and Logano. Luckily he didn't, but scary moment there. Or actually, it probably wasn't Logano. It was probably Bubba McDowell. Hamrick now goes into the pits. As it looks like we're going to head into commercial break again. Under 24 laps to go in stage 1. I don't know what the heck happened. I was like awake and energetic and everything, and ever since I started the broadcast, I've just been tired. I don't really get why, but hopefully that changes soon. We'll head back in a few moments. NASCAR live on Fox here at Talladega. All right, back underway. 17 laps to go. In stage 1, we have a brand new leader, of course, after Suarez went for the pit stop. We now have Kyle Larson in the lead, William Byron in second, Chase Elliott third, Eric Jones fourth, and Daniel Hemrick in fifth. And honestly, Daniel Hemrick is starting to turn to one of my favorites as to win this race. Has a lot of experience at this track, has done pretty well at this track in the Xfinity Series. And now starting to become one of my favorites. He's kind of staying in the top 10 all race. No Suarez in the top 20 as for now, trying to catch his way back up. Ryan Blaney falls back to 20th as he is passed by Cole Custer. Kyle Busch sneaks in 20th spot. Take a look at Jackson Gibbs, front tire changer, Denny Hamlin. Hamlin has not been at the top 20 basically at all race. He was my original favorite to win this one, and well, now he's just letting me down. We have Gregson 27, Suarez in 25th, and LeJoy in 24th. That's pretty crazy. Ware, one lap down, is already in a better spot than Castle, so we'll get 37th. Tyler Reddick, the only car off. We have 4 straight Chevys sitting out in the front. Larson, Byron, Elliott, and Jones. I almost made it 5 straight, and we will make it 5 straight as Hemrick passes Wallace for 5th. Joy cut up the middle into the top 20 past Eric Almirola. Cole Custer staying in that 19th position. Larson will lead the pack, 14 to go in the opening stage, lap 47. Take a look at Hendrick Motorsports running order. Larson in first, Byron in second, Elliott in third, and Alex Bowman in 15th with the high of 12th place and the low of 33rd. Bowman looks to sneak in on the way outside, but does not do so. Passes Burton on the outside, though, for 14th. Byron could make a move on Larson, but decides not to. Byron looks to go on the outside, and Larson's saying, I don't think so. Larson stays in front as they head down the back straightaway. You have these in-camera walls. So we'll stay in front, 12 to go in the stage. Gonna pass him on the outside for a second. Looked like it was Byron. He stays behind him, though. Blaney goes on in on the inside. And looks like he's got past Bowman for 16th. This will be behind the split screen for this commercial break. Larson. Have to leave with 11 laps to go, reaching lap 50. Bush on the outside. Makes a nice pass. Backfield. On the back straightaway. And hang off into turn 3. So the 4 Chevys in front. Hemrick in 6th. Bubba Wallace in 5th. Let Martin Truex Jr. go. On the outside here. And he will make a pass. Bubba Wallace go all the way up from 5th to 2nd. Wallace. Bump drafted by Bell on the outside. Now 9 laps to go in stage 1. And Wallace going to take the lead here. Off the bump draft from Chris Bell, who's back up in front. Currently in third. New, at least our first lead change in quite a while. Bubba Wallace leading his first lap. Now Larson takes the lead as they head down the back straightaway. William Byron will continue to push Larson forward. Try to make the move around. I want to say it's Bubba McDowell or Joey Logano, one of the two. As we have 9 laps to go. Going to go on underneath is Bell. Doesn't make a move. Stays behind Wallace. Take a look at Kyle Larson there. I mean, pretty nice passes, but he stayed ahead again. But Larson just got caught up pretty quickly off into turn 3, and then that's what allowed Wallace to come back. Now they are side by side. Heading off into the 4th turn. And now we will have 7 laps to go. This lap's going to be led by Wallace, by the hood of his car. Maintains in front. Bell behind him, Larson 3rd, Truex 4th, Byron 5th. Kurt Busch 6th, Chase Elliott 7th, Alex Bowman 8th, Eric Jones 9th, and Daniel Hemrick in 10th. Of course, I start saying nice stuff about Daniel Hemrick, and what do you know? He starts to drop, and that's not good. Larson. We will stay in front here. Wallace to the outside. Larson will not pass him. Rather, Wallace will not pass Larson. Wallace almost hits the behind of Larson. No spin out. And just 6 laps to go in the stage. They're still side by side. Lap 55, and now Wallace going to drop back down to 4th. Byron now in 2nd. As another car is about to get past here, Wallace regains the lead with 5 to go on the outside. William Byron still giving Larson that bud. Giving him that bump to keep him from taking the lead here. Bell all over Wallace's behind. Oh, Logano almost got spun out. Logano being pushed by Keselowski as he is some hardcore bump drafting or... Oh, yeah, Keselowski's trying to get behind Logano. Aggressive driving here. Logano. Oh, he's saving it. Keselowski really getting in the back of Logano, and we have been caution-free for 57 laps, and Logano is probably hoping that Keselowski kind of backs off a little bit. He will, and Keselowski will pass on the inside. Down to 4 laps to go. And there's a crash. Briscoe Stenhouse. Oh, no. Is actually Briscoe, Buescher, and Hemrick. Future sides destroy. Briscoe's engine is on fire. And there you go. 3 laps to go in the stage. You have your first pretty bad wreck. 3 cars, and now Briscoe will be helped out. It's a pretty good race for all 3 of those guys up to this point. And let's see who ran into who and who really caused this accident. Let's take a look. Of course, back on the replay. Hang off into turn 3. I think it's just one of those situations where Hemrick lost possession of his car, and then Briscoe came with the track, hit Briscoe, and then Briscoe hit Chris Buescher. Hemrick was running in 10th, having himself a phenomenal day. Austin Dillon runs in the back of him, almost got Kyle Busch involved. Comes up the track, takes out Briscoe, who then takes out Buescher. Huge crash. Heading off of turn 3. Let's take a look again here on that replay. Take a look inside Briscoe's car. His in-car camera turned off the second impact occurred. Emmerich taking out Briscoe, then takes out Buescher. Be back soon at Daytona. Or Talladega. Might as well be Daytona with how much we're wrecking here. But Hemrick, Briscoe, and Buescher, the 3 cars involved in the caution. 3 laps to go in the stage. Don't go anywhere. Race will continue here on YouTube. Well, because of the crash happened with 3 laps left, they decided to do a little green-white checkered finish. Bubba Wallace just regained the lead over Kyle Larson before the caution occurred. So they are going to give Wallace the stage 1 victory. So the first 60 laps are in the books, and it will be a win, at least a stage win, for Bubba Wallace. Be interesting to see how many cars go into the pits because of the basically everyone going into the pits not a few laps prior, but relatively frequently, shortly. The caution is still out. Wallace, Larson, Bell, Byron, Truex, Elliott, Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, Bowman, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They are all in your top 10. Oh, it looks like a lot of cars are going to be heading to the pits. Almost all of them. Byron will get a change of tires. Wallace will get a change of tires. Truex just entering into his pit box. Byron's pit stop is done. Just getting underway is Christopher Bell's. Bubba's done with his, and now Truex gets out of his. Larson gaining more fuel, and now he's back out there. Winning the race off pit road, Larson moved up 1 spot, Byron moved up 2, Elliott moved up 3 spots, Eric Jones moved up 4 spots, but Wallace goes down 5 spots. Truex stays in 5th. That's about all you need to know. Lap 62. So first stage win for Bubba Wallace this season, 3rd of his career. We take a look at his Toyota in-car camera. They probably have him on a little interview right now, so let's take a listen.
We saw the big pushes, man. Keep doing it. Good luck.
Oh, I guess it is over now. Basically, Bubba Wallace saying he's having fun. He deserves to win. One here back in the fall. And let's see if we can have back-to-back Daytona victories. Stage 2 is about to get underway. I'm trying to keep on leaving it during the commercial breaks, but like I said, I feel like out of it right now. I don't know what the heck it is, but I have just been awfully tired all day so far, and now I've since the broadcast, I feel like I've been yawning like crazy. Well, anyway, today probably would be a good day for me to commentate. Today probably would be a good day to commentate hockey, but neither here nor there. You know, to kind of get myself jacked up a little bit here. But now this is fine with NASCAR. Again, this is one of the more shorter tracks, and considering it only took an hour to complete a stage, and there was only 1 caution. Not so bad. We'll see how this race continues on. This should probably clock in at about a 3-hour race. I don't see this race exceeding over 6:30 Eastern time. My hope is that it finishes beforehand. But anyway, Rays defeat the Red Sox 5-2, and the Rockies defeat the Tigers 6-2. Top of the ninth, the Yankees up 10-2 over the Guardians. Top of the eighth, the Marlins are up 5-1 over the Braves. Top of the ninth, the Giants are up 6-3 over the Nationals. Bottom of the eighth, the Reds are up 8-4 over the 4-1 over the Cardinals. The White Sox are up against the Twins 2-1. The bottom of the sixth by Eloy Jimenez. Top of the seventh, Blue Jays and Astros tied at 5. The Cubs have a 3-2 lead over the. Excuse me, I am reading these wrong here. The Pirates, have a 3-2 lead over the Cubs. Bottom of the third. It's because I'm get what's wrong with me right now. Rangers and Athletics tied at 0. Bottom of the first. Same thing with the Orioles and Angels. 2-0 Mariners over the Royals, bottom of the first in Arizona, 1-0 Mets lead there, and bottom of the first, 1-0 Dodgers over the Padres, and again, Sunday Night Baseball night, 7:08 first pitch Eastern Time, as always, Brewers and Phillies. All right. NHL scores, Blue Jackets officially knocked off the Oilers 5-2. Current game on right now is Penguins and Flyers. You can catch that game live on TNT. Again, games starting later tonight. We have some great Eastern Conference games between Lightning and Panthers and Maple Leafs Canadiens. And although the records are completely lopsided, the Bruins and Canadiens never disappoint. And those are usually good shows. The Bucks take a 3-1 series lead, 119-95 over the Bulls in Game 4. And the Nuggets trying to avoid a Golden State Warriors sweep. 26-21 Denver at the end of 1. And we have Heat and Hawks at 7 o'clock. And then the Pelicans, Suns at 9:30. And tomorrow's broadcast will be Celtics and Nets. Tuesday's broadcast will probably be Bruins and Panthers. Then I guess Wednesday would probably be the Power Skate show. Thursday, either Bruins and Sabres or NBA playoff action. And then Friday, Bruins and Maple Leafs or NBA playoff action. Regular season hockey in May. It's ridiculous. And the next Saturday, I think I'm going to end up doing Tampa Bay Bandits against the Houston Gamblers. Or Stallions versus Breakers. I'm probably leaning towards Tampa Bay and Houston, though. I feel like that's a better game. Yeah, that's kind of my schedule for next week. Will I be going on all those times I said I would? Probably not. Like, I honestly don't see me going on Thursday for Bruins and Sabres. I mean, Boston should win that. If they don't, I'll be disappointed. I'll just be having a miserable time commentating if the Bruins lose that game. So there you go. All right, lap 64 of 188. As pace goes ready to head off, and we're ready to begin stage 2. 60 laps of fun as they approach the Geico restart zone for stage 2. You're underway as Larson will take the outside lane against William Byron. Larson taking the way lead here. Byron getting the bump draft from Chase Elliott. Eric Almirola on the outside getting no help. Martin Truex Jr. back in the top 5. Mike Morgan, thank you for stopping by. Larson down the back straightaway, and look at that push from Elliott to Byron. He bumps Larson, and now Wallace is giving Almirola a little bump draft. Almirola won last year in New Hampshire. He's in one since, and trying to take the lead here on the outside, and it looks like it might be this lap. It's going to be this lap. Wow. Eric Almirola with a lap lead. Or, excuse me, Eric Jones with a lap lead. Jones cuts in on the inside. Back out on the outside, blocking off Wallace. I feel like now that we have a caution under on Miss, these drivers are going to be driving a little bit more reckless. Don't really get cautions until the third lap of this stage. Currently 6 laps in at 60, including the caution lap around. Larson stays ahead of Byron here. Larson. Oh, look at this. Jones and Byron almost make contact. And off into turn 3. Larson starts to pull away once more. Next, Bowman. Currently in 9th place. Highest been 8th. As lowest been 33rd. So this is in the second best position he's been in all day. And now he's in 8th. Passing, now in 7th, passing Elliott on the outside. Now Elliott and Byron sandwich Larson as regaining the lead is Eric Jones. Now Bubba Wallace tries to take it in on the outside, and Jones blocks him off. Oh boy, and now Larson comes in underneath and regains the lead. It's a darn if you do, darn if you don't scenario. When you're kind of in front and you got 2 lanes, you try to block off the guy who's currently behind you, the guy who's trying to cut you off. I would probably stay in the lane, depending on if there's a car to, give my opponent a bump draft or not when he switches lanes. Before I'd probably pass, but kind of hard to think and explain what I'm doing while you're going at 180 miles an hour in a race car. So there's Suarez, who dominated the first part of the stage 1. He has been in 23rd, and he has just been silent basically ever since his first pit stop. He has been nowhere near the top 15. Take a look again here on the replay. Almost a 4-car collision near the back of the pack. And then you take a look at Kyle Busch, who's just going to burst his way up the middle. Larson will lead us on to lap 70. Jones. Still in front. Blocks off Larson. Will he be able to block off Wallace? That's the question. Larson on his bumper still. Now Byron and Elliott also combine. Busch will give Wallace a shove. As we will head to our commercial break. First commercial break of the second stage. Race is picking up now. Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, and Kyle Larson all fighting for the lead. Heading back from commercial break, 74 laps in. Take a look at the Ford track facts. 110 last 13 races here. Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Eric Almirola. Ford has been dominating the track over the last 3 to 4 years, it seems. Ford has the chance for that to continue today, although we have a Toyota and a Chevy who are currently battling it out for the top 2 spots. Jones, Larson, Wallace, Kurt Busch, and William Byron, your top 5. Larson, bump drafts Jones. Larson still in second. Elliott bumps up to 6th. Jones still in front. Jones around turn 3. Keeps his distance away from Bubba Wallace and will now go into lap 77. The pretty big lead over Wallace. Larson on his tail, and now Wallace comes back in the picture as Kurt Busch will give him a bump draft. Wallace goes on in on the left-hand side. Still in there for 3rd. Larson giving Jones the push he needs, and Jones will stay in front. 43 laps to go in stage 2. On the back straightaway they go, and I would take a look at the cutaway car. Oh, rear diffuser. That's something I'm not going to be able to explain. We'll just focus back on the races. Jones remains in front ahead of Larson on the inside lane. And Wallace trying to go on in on the outside, and he's trying to get 2nd. Can't do it. Stay in 3rd, and looks like off into turn 1. And the back straightaway now. Jones, Byron takes 3rd over Wallace, past him on the inside. Wallace being bump draft by Kurt Busch. Busch, good bump draft. Wallace fighting ahead of Elliott for 5th, and now trying to go up top for 3rd against Byron. He gets it, at least for the moment. And now off that push from Kurt, doesn't have the power to really make it up front there. as Greg Biffle is heading into the pits. Well, we're halfway through stage 2, which means we're about halfway through this race. It is still in Eric Jones' lead, but Bubba Wallace is closing in as we head to commercial break once again. Yeah, commercial break that was cautioned out, and yeah, Greg Biffle looked like he was heading to pit road. That must have actually led to a caution. So, there we go. So Jones, Larson, Byron, Elliott, Truex, Walls, Logano, Blaney, Kurt Busch, and Harvick. There's your top 10. Today in NFL history, 3 future Hall of Fame quarterbacks got drafted. Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers. And I just saw during the commercial break, I saw a start, bench, cut. I would start Phillip Rivers, bench Ben Roethlisberger, and cut Eli Manning. As NASCAR's going to commercial break, or rather pit road. And Byron moves up 2 spots. Truex moves up 3. Elliott moves up 1. Larson goes down 2. Blaney goes up 4. off of pit row. Okay, well, I definitely don't need to take another break. So, I'm kind of tired, but at least I'm going to have more awake than I was during the first stage. Like, I felt like I was falling asleep during the first stage. That was not fun. I don't know what was going on, but now I'm feeling better. Now I'm going to try to start powering through these commercial breaks. Let's go take a NASCAR quiz on Sporticle. That'll hopefully get the juices flowing. We're going to go on page 7. Random page. And we're going to have to close that ad. In honor of today being Talladega, the spring race, we're going to take a look at the top 10 finishers. Since 1990 to current day. How about this? Why not? All right, let's go. We have Earnhardt. Here we go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. here. Jeff Gordon will obviously be on here. Jimmy Johnson, Harvick, Hamlin, Stewart, Boyer. He's in the booth. Don't want to forget about him. Ryan Blaney. All right, we have Ryan Newman, Carl Edwards, my favorite driver of all time. Carl Edwards. We have Larson. No, Kyle Larson. How about William Byron? No. Logano's won some here. We have Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch. We have Dale Jarrett. All right. We have Sterling Marlin. Greg Biffle, he's in today. Here we go. Paul Menard. Yes. Casey Mears. Yes. McMurray. McMurray is on here. Sweet. We have Brian Vickers. Yes. Casey Kane. Yes. And when does this go to? This goes to 2018. Okay. That helps me out a little bit. Gosh, how do I spell Keselowski here? Eric Jones, he might have. Nope. Already said Hamlin. Kenseth is one I haven't said yet. Okay. Almirola. Yep. Stenhouse might be on here. He is won it in 2017. David Gillen's a long shot, but worth a shot. Nope. Alex Bowman. Chase Elliott should be on here. He is. We have McDowell. Probably not. Truex going to be on here somewhere. Yep. Mark Truex Jr. As we head out of the caution and into the restart zone, 35 laps to go. Byron, Truex, Elliott, Larson, Blaney, your top 5, and Eric Jones, your former leader, rounding out the top 6. I've already said Stewart. Okay, that makes sense. Mark Martin. Danica Patrick? Nope. No Danica Patrick. Okay. Trevor Bayne. Trevor Bayne's on here. And another crash. Spinning out number 78. And they're going to have to restart this. Byron was in front. Third caution and losing his tire. Oh, no. Lost his back tire. That is McLeod, BJ McLeod, who started 37th. And, I don't know what happened. Hits the back of his car off the wall and then spins in the inner track area. That could have been disastrous. We take a look from Brad Keselowski. Avoided that crash. Ushers out immediately with the Motorsport Game sponsor. All right. Chris Ambrose, cool. All right, so now we're heading back to commercial break. Last things, we only got around one lap there. Rusty Wallace, that's good. Kenny Wallace. Is Bubba Wallace on here? He's not. Didn't think so. Reagan's on here. I'm still missing over 100 somehow. I don't, because 90s. I'm not too familiar with NASCAR in the 90s. Usher's been around for a while. On here. Keselowski, though. There we go. Keselowski. Trying to think here. This is definitely harder than I thought it would. I've already said Harvick, right? Yeah. Let's see. Well, I've not said Labonte. There we go. Now we got 97 left. I want to say Dylan might be on here. No, I guess not. 2019 10th place finisher. He's got to be on here. Chastain, or it was 2018. It's still. I'm thinking. Waltrip. There we go. Michael Waltrip. He's only got one. Are you kidding me? Like in 96. Oh, no, there was a couple. Okay, there was a couple. So we had. I'm trying to see like if I'm forgetting like anybody. popular. Was it Suarez? No way. No way. Suarez was in 2018. Really? I'm just looking at I'm just looking at all the drivers I have in front of me, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna start shooting blindfolded. Wow. I have no idea how that worked. I mean, I'm happy it did. Don't get me wrong, but I have no idea how. All right. Oh, Jeff Burton and Ward Burton. There we go. Now we're coming up with some names. I still wish I could do better on the 90s, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Ready to restart. Let's just quit. Davey Allison, oh yeah, 74%. Really got 82? Oh, Kyle Petty, yeah. When in doubt, guess Petty. I'm looking at a lot of these 90s names, and I wouldn't have gotten a lot of these. I'm sick of LaJoy, but I'm like Corey LaJoy. I kind of forgot his father raced. Jeremy Mayfield, like I heard of him. Scott Riggs. Oh, David Gilland is on here. Really? 4th in 2007. Damn. Travis Quaffle. That's so funny. Yeah, Gilland came in 2nd, too, in 2013. Wow. Regan Smith, AJ Allmendinger, Kyle Larson's on here, too. Dylan. I typed in these guys' names. How did I not? I must have misspelled them. Tim Morris Jr., Josh Wise. I just completely forgot about. I'd say in reality it could have gone like 230. So yeah, you're looking at like a 78% thing. Well, anyway, we'll move on to the next quiz in a little bit. Back under green, 31 laps to go, and back to caution we go. Logano hits the wall, comes up the track. It takes out about 5 of the drivers. Oh dear. Involved in the crash was Burton, LaJoy, Stenhouse, a few others. Logano does not look pleased. Stenhouse is wrecked all the way inside the infield wall. Gillen's in the wreck. Cole Custer somehow stayed out of it. Oh, Ty Dillon, he was having a great game. He was having a great day. Daniel Suarez, man, I mean, he kind of fell off, but he was having a great stage 1. Back to caution we go on the restart. Was this Custer who spun him out immediately here? It might have been Byron switching lanes. And yeah, it was. Custer hit Logano. He hit the wall, came up the track. Nothing he could do. He hit Dillon. Oh, collected Austin Cindric. Also collected Keselowski. Well, we are making the field smaller, to say the least, before this final stage gets a little crazy. And after completing a stage in about an hour, or this stage is probably going to not end for another 25 to 30 minutes, if not even longer. Having a clean race, too. Now he has 4 cautions, and yeah, Custer clearly just spun him out. Nothing we can do there. Look from the hood of Logano's car. Man. There's a track here, Dylan. that Kyle Busch also involved in that thing? It was. No, he's pretty much unscathed. Suarez, Dillon got the worst of it. Take a look at Keselowski's car. It spins, sees the crash, sees the smoke, goes underneath, avoids contact with pretty much everybody, and he just drives in the grass. I think ultimately Keselowski's going to be fine. Different replay angles of it now. So many times I can analyze the crash. 280. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. The polls. Well, as always, we're going to begin with Earnhardt. Here we go. Then Johnson. Then Gordon. And then Petty. Why not do Petty? Nothing on Petty. Well, worth a shot. All right. Marlin. It's only on here a few times. All right. Hamlin. Oh. Harvick. Harvick's on here. It's only until 2003. Oh, yeah, from 2003. I guess I didn't read the title fully. I don't know how good I'm going to do here. Burton. Let's do Wallace. There we go. We have Walt Tripp as well. Nope. And then Bond. Let me try to do it from memory. Type on my computer. There we go. All right. Well, that's decent enough, I guess. I don't really know how better I'm going to do. Actually, wait a minute. Skinner. Wasn't he a guy? Skinner something? Mike Skinner. That's who it was. Cool. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I should have guessed Tony Stewart. Elliott Sadler, Ryan. Yeah. Nah, I gave up on that one too early. 52%. Oh, my God. I don't know how they got 90 but on that one. But, okay. Ooh, here we go. Drivers with top fives on the 2010s. So I finally hang the commercial break, I think, after the Logano crash. Here we go. Most top fives. This is my era of NASCAR, so we're going to go have some fun here. We just put Gordon as Gordon. Robbie Gordon. That's cool. Landon Castle isn't on here. Landon Castle is on here. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Truex. We have McMurray. Biffle. Kenseth. Not have Harvick yet? I don't, and he is number one. Good stuff. All right. Sam Rose had a few. Dylan had a few. Almirola. Where is the other thing? Almirola. Well, I guess for now I'll do Elliott. Dinger almost won a few weeks ago. We have Martin, we have Vickers, we have Casey Kane. We have Suarez. Yes, technically Suarez. There we go. He has 8. There we go. I can definitely do better than this. Weird. Logano. Yep, there we go. Kez. God, how do I spell Keselowski, man? Every time. I never know how to spell Keselowski. And I still don't. It's kind of annoying. Keselowski. Bam, let's go. Stenhouse. Anka Patrick is not on here. She didn't even get a top 10. That's so embarrassing. Buscher. Bam, baby. Let's go. We have Reagan. David Reagan. There we go. Already said Biffle, if I'm not mistaken. Did. Okay, we have Carola Harvick. Jeff Burton. Mark Martin. And Vickers. This is good, but like I know I can do better. Gill and really? No, I guess not. Newman. Ryan Newman is obviously on here. As we begin, oh, never mind. We're just seeing a replay of the crash for the 98th time. Great. Oh, Michael Waddell at 3. Chastain? Didn't win a race until recently. Nope. There we go. Bobby Labonte had 1. Hornish Jr. had 1. Here we go. The brain is flowing when it comes to 2010 drivers because it's like my era of watching NASCAR. So, like, I know Christopher Bell, he's not on here. Justin Haley on here. Justin Haley is on here. Really? Justin Haley is that old? Holy crap. Corey LaJoy? Probably not. No. There's a moment I gotta say Bubba Wallace if I haven't already. David Rudiman, what's his name? Yeah, David Rudiman. Hold on here. Rudiman is 52 years old. Holy crap. I'm getting way too old. He's on here, though. Already said Truex. Already said Edwards. Wow, Edwards have more top 10s than Gordon. Let's go. That's a hype moment. All right. Who else are we looking at here? I don't know if I'm going to get any more 1s. I basically got all the 1s and 2s I can get. They say Casey Mears, right? Yeah, and then Menard. I didn't spell Menard right, but yeah, I have him on there. Said Stewart good. Said Ryan Blaney good. Oh, Eric Jones. Eric Jones, 24. There we go. I have to, I guess, refer to my cheat sheet, but it's whatever. I think it's 2020, yeah. Daniel Hemrick made top 10. There we go. I did really good, but I know I can do better. Who am I missing? Murray. I have him. Did I say Casey Kane yet? Lost subbed. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I did. Mark Martin. I had him also. Keselowski. What the heck? I was thinking 2013 NASCAR drivers, which is gonna be kind of tough. Scott Speed. No, are you kidding me? Oh no. Marlon was well retired. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Oh, I would have not been happy with myself if I missed that one. Tony still here, wasn't he a guy? Yeah, Suarez spun out as he was heading for the garage. So 25 laps to go. And we're coming to green. Stenhouse is getting off as well. Already says, yeah, I did say Stenhouse. I was making contact with Ty Dillon there, and then poor Cindric got involved. And we take a look at Kyle Busch here. I don't know how the heck Kyle Busch does not get involved here. He's right in the mix, avoids contact with Haley and Suarez. So Busch comes out there unscathed. Wow, that was incredible. All right, 25 seconds left. I did pretty good. I only missed out on 10. Who did I miss is the question. 82% did better than the best. I just want to say for the record, oh my God, I could have gotten 100 on this quiz. And the fact that I did, it's because I'm commentating. That's why I did. Clint Boyer, Kyle Larson, Juan Pablo Montoya, Trevor Bayne, Regan Smith, Matt Bedena. I can never say the name right. De Benedetto, David Gillen, Michael Waltrip, Brian Scott, and Ryan Preece. Maybe I forget Brian Scott and Regan Smith, but dude, I should have gotten at least a minimum 54. And I'm spelling Gillen wrong. Well, I don't get how I'm doing that. I guessed him. I thought I guessed Larson, and I thought I guessed Boyer, but I guess I didn't. NASCAR drivers and Dale Earnhardt finishes in the top 10. Oh, that's kind of cool. Number of wins. I mean, I won't do good on that because that's old school NASCAR, but that's pretty cool. Or do we give it a shot? You know what? We're going to try one of those. We're going to try with when Ryan Newman finishes in the top 10, because at least that for me is gettable. Yo, that's interesting. I'm going to kind of aim for 100 on that one. All right, we're nearing the 2-hour broadcast, and, well, we aren't even 100 laps in. Thanks to the cautions. We'd only have like 10 laps left in stage 2 if it wasn't for the crashes. But here we go. Another restart. Lap 98. Green flag is out, and no cars are in the wall yet. Anyway, well, we're driving aggressive, and it's only stage 2. That's not usually a good sign. Byron stays on the inside. Truex takes the outside. Truex will actually take the lead here momentarily before Byron gets it back off the push from Elliott. Truex now falling behind as William Byron stays in front. They cross the line. So one more before we reach triple digits. 99 laps into this one. And we just have a good chunk of the field taken out already in the first 2 stages. Alex Bowman right there behind, man behind Elliott. That is, actually he's behind Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson. Currently sitting in 8th place. David Reagan moves up to 20th. Now Cindric passes him. Cindric was another one who had very little damage, kind of like Keselowski. Very little damage on that recent caution. And now the cars are back up and running. 21 laps to go as we head off into turn 2. Byron's still in front of Elliott, and we have another car. May have blown up. Can't really tell. They are out of the car's way, so there will not be a caution. Yes, that car is definitely blown a tire of sorts. And I'll try to get the name of who that was. I want to say it was... It looked like it was a black car, so maybe it was like J.J. Yaley. I think it may have been J.J. Yaley. I'm not entirely sure, though. Byron goes in on the inside. Him and Truex jockeying for first. And off into turn 2. Down the back straightaway we go. Byron still in front off the bump draft from Elliott. Byron cuts ahead of Elliott and will stay in front to the final 19 of stage 2. He's on pit road today. Byron and Blaney both at a minute 38. Actually, Chase Elliott as well. They are all 3 a minute 38. Everyone a minute 39 or a minute 40 and over the total time on pit road today. Byron 0.6 of a second ahead of Elliott down the back straightaway. Elliott can very well try to go to the left-hand side here and make the pass. He doesn't do it. And now here is Truex staying in the top 5, being bump drafted by Eric Jones in 7th. But Bowman's going to cut in on the underneath and get 5th. And now look at Austin Dillon go, battling for 7th. Both sponsored by Bass Pro Shop, Dillon and Truex. But to say, I feel like there's the same sponsor sponsoring 2 of these cars. And there is Bass Pro Shop. Also, in breaking news, Eric Almirola sponsoring IHOP. That's amazing, IHOP. They have pretty good pancakes there. I haven't been there in a little bit, but do have good pancakes. So I like that sponsor. Going to lap 114. Let's listen to a Crank It Up. Yay, loud car noises. All right, that's enough of that. They're going to be doing that for about a whole 2 minutes. I'm not going to sit here in silence for 2 minutes while they do a Crank It Up. Down the back straightaway, Ryan Blaney bump drafting Eric Jones. Finally, Blaney's getting up there. Maybe we got to break out the shirt again. There's something along the lines of that because Blaney's done next to nothing today, and he usually owns this track. Look at Cindric come in. He's now behind Spencer Ware. Now look at Kyle Busch go. He goes in behind Almirola. Inside Bubba Wallace's McDonald's sponsored car. He's side by side with Denny Hamlin behind Blaney. Goodness, we have a five-way jam for first here. Bowman's in fifth. Byron's still in first. Larson in the middle in third. Elliott second. Kurt Busch fourth. Kurt Busch has kind of stayed up there in the top 15 all race. Hasn't really done a bad job. And look at Landon Castle stick with the rest of the pack. I think his day's over. And we got caution. Ware in the wall. Well, that was fun while it lasted. We got another caution. Spencer Ware hit the walls, and now he's in the infield grass. So 6th caution, Cody Ware. Not Spencer Ware, Cody Ware in the wall. No stoppage. Well, that's not cool. Where just lost control of his wall. No one was even near him. Into the grass he went. Laps to go. And Byron will stay in front with Elliott, Larson, Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman, Austin Dillon, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, and Ryan Blaney in your top 10. How many laps under caution at the end of stage 2? 6 or fewer, 6 to 12, 13 to 20. 21 to 28. 29 to 35 or 36 and more. Ooh, I'm going to say for that one, probably closer to 12, probably. Oh, they now have the brand new Earnhardt old Jeep Wrangler NASCAR. That looks awesome. I can't tell who's driving it or who's in the passenger seat, but that looks incredible. Well, 14 laps to go in this stage. Should be a quick caution. All right, so let's take a look at who won when Ryan Blaney finished in the top 10. This is interesting. Fun. Okay. Bush, Kurt, and Kyle. We have Ambrose, maybe? No? Okay. Menard. No. Oh, this is a little harder than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Trevor Bain? No. I'm kind of quizzed out right now. Blaney? There we go. Who else? Where's Seth Biffle? I'll go with Custer, Cole Custer. He won last year, and he's not on here. All right, that was a little bit tougher than I thought. Could have kept going. Or Burton Starling Merlin. Keep Rudd. He's another one I forget about all the time. Or Keep Rudd. Yeah, I could have gone like 90 on that if I cared. Did I even share the screen? Well, there you go. I don't even know if I shared the screen on that. That's okay. And I was trying to check if there was any news to recap. I do have 2 MLB injury updates, but oh my gosh. And Ben Simmons is going to sit out game 4. Teaser. What a loser Ben Simmons is, man. Wow. He will not play game 4. Loser. Loser. With a capital L, man. What do you have against the guy? I have against the fact that he demands money, yet he's sitting out via injury. Ridiculous. Anyway, the 2 MLB updates are free agent outfielder Michael Conforto undergoes season-ending shoulder surgery. Per reports, he will be fully recovered by 2023. And White Sox outfielder Eloy Jimenez will miss 6 to 8 weeks with a right hamstring strain. That was suffered yesterday after stepping over first base. And I got to go make that Ben Simmons post while we are here in commercial. Oh my goodness. I want to just tear into that entire Brooklyn Nets team. Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving are like 2, right up there with LeBron James, are easily my 2 least favorite players in the NBA. I think I dislike them more than LeBron James. I just dislike LeBron James because, he's not only the best player in the league right now, but everyone always finds a way to talk about him. And I just think that's annoying because the media always shoves him down our throat. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, he's not better than Michael Jordan. So I'm kind of like I don't really like LeBron deal. I understand he's great, and I get that, but I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan out there. But oh my god, when these losers like Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons, like they're demanding money. Give me a break, man. They don't deserve nothing for what? Choking in the playoffs. Ben Simmons hasn't even played a game this year, man. He is such a L. What injury does he even have? Feeling back soreness. He just quit on his team, man. I hope Brooklyn shoves him out the door to never return. I would buy him out of his contract. Like I'm a Celtic. I live in Massachusetts. Now, when I commentate tomorrow's game, I will likely be. I try not to show bias, but let's be real. I'm going to be more likely getting more excited when like the Celtics make better plays and stuff like that. Like if the Celtics are winning, like I'm going to be more into it. Dude, Ben Simmons is such a baby. Like, I'm sorry, man. You feeling back soreness? Listen, I understand. If you're sitting out the preseason because of an injury, I understand if you're a torn ACL or you're like Michael Conforto, you're going through like shoulder surgery, lower back pain when you're playing basketball. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, what a piece of garbage he is, man. Is what it is. Celtics for the sweep, and I'm a happy man. As they head around turn 3, staying in front, William Byron, Chase Elliott remains in second. We have 10 to go in stage 2. Hopefully no more cautions. I kind of don't want this stage to be prolonged any longer. Now 9 to go as Byron makes it to the line first. Byron stays ahead, heading into turn 1. Kurt Busch stays on the outside, kind of leading that pack as he tries to get a bump draft as they head down the back straightaway. Getting pushed by, looks like that's Austin Dillon. Dillon currently in 9th, Kurt Busch in 7th. Byron will stay ahead here as there's now 8 to go. Busch, take a look inside of Kurt's car. Now we're looking to pass Austin Cindric on the outside for 9th. Still in front is Byron with 7 to go. Byron's still in front, heading off into turn 3. Denny Hamlin picking up some speed all by his lonesome near the back of the pack. Well outside the top 20. That is, well, not well outside the top 20. He's actually in 21st. Pretty separated from the pack, though. Down to 6. Head off turn 2. Now into the back straightaway. Hamlin, basically the last car of note on the lead lap here. Everyone else seems to basically have either crashed or has gone through some other issue. And Castle in 25th. Don't know what's up with him. I know he was running pretty well for a little bit, but was a couple laps down at that point, so I don't think he's going to be back on the lead lap today. Kyle Busch now outside the top 10. In 11th, Harvick claiming that 10th spot as we go single file with 5 to go in stage 2. I think this is a 188 lap race because if we were only about halfway through and this race was 4 stages and it was like 250 laps instead of 116. Probably wouldn't have been the most exciting race in the world. But Talladega, I mean, they're going to have good crashes, and they've had good crashes up to this point. And it's stayed relatively close, too, because, Superspeedways are always going to be entertaining. And, if you thought these cautions here in stage 2 were bad, I mean, just imagine the last 20 laps when everyone's going to be crashing and banging for the win. I mean, this is why you love Superspeedways, is because they're short tracks and they're always close. Like, we even have a nice little battle for 13th here between Bubba Wallace and Brad Keselowski. Every car is basically close except if you're a lapped car, basically, which is nice. As they head off turn 3. Harvick on the outside. Over Cindric. He'll get 9th. And it looks like Kyle Busch will follow suit and he'll get 10th. To go. Byron's still in front. Yeah, a lot of people are not happy with Ben Simmons right now. I don't blame him. I would be too. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's so stupid that he's sitting out for no reason. Byron with 2 to go. Enough about basketball. Back to NASCAR. 2 to go in stage 2. And I'll probably head off for another break as they head to pit road and stuff. Let's look at this. Ross Chastain moving up the left-hand side. Holy, look at this. Look at this speed by Kurt Busch. He's going underneath Chastain as well. Here we go, Busch brothers in 8th and 7th. And now Busch trying to make a move over Harvick for 6th as we have 1 lap to go in the stage. Harvick on the inside, passing Busch, and it looks like so will Almirola. Byron's still ahead by 11/10 of a second. Oh, look at this. Here's the final rush by Truex. Bowman gets left behind. Almirola comes in. Truex goes in behind Kyle Larson. Byron's still ahead. Oh man, Truex is getting really aggressive. I like it. Here comes Busch on the way outside. Bump drafted by Harvick. And that won't matter in the grand scheme of things. William Byron wins stage 2. Elliott, Larson, Truex, Bowman, Busch, Almirola, Jones. That was your top 8. William Byron wins stage 2. Bubba Wallace was the winner of stage 1. And we will head off into the third and final stage after this commercial break and a pit stop. So I'll actually be gone for about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. William Byron wins stage 2, and then we should head back with about 60 to go in this one. All right, we are heading back from the commercial break and the end of stage 2. Kyle Busch has moved all the way up into second. Right now, your top 10 is looking like Erik Jones, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, and Chase Elliott. Your stage 2 winner, William Byron, in 11th. Lap 126 to get underway as we begin stage 3 at Talladega. And Kyle Busch gets a bump draft from Ryan Blaney right out of the gate. And there is the Interstate Battery car right up to the front. Last week's winner will kick things off in stage 3, trying to block off both Blaney and Erik Jones. Blaney in third, going 187 miles an hour down the back straightaways, getting pushed from Bubba Wallace. And now Jones up ahead as Kevin Harvick's in second. This is the furthest he's been up. Keselowski goes in the third, the furthest he's been up as well. Look at Jones staying off right where he left off in stage 2. Dominating performance in that stage. Him and Bell were the primary leaders. And he will lead lap 1 as Busch stays on the outside, close to the side. Busch the only Toyota in the top 5 right now. The rest is either a Chevy or a Ford. Jones staying in front as they head off into turn 3. Busch stays on the outside and is gonna take the lead off another huge bump draft from Blaney. And Busch will take the first lead of the day. Oh, well, second lead, first lead lap. As they head off into the back straightaway. Now Blaney on the outside lane gets the bump draft from Bubba Wallace, and he will take the lead, at least for the moment. There we go. Busch and Blaney battling for the lead as they head to the line, and it's going to be Busch who's going to lead this lap, his second straight. Now on lap 129, 59 to go here in Alabama. Blaney on the outside is going to take the lead again momentarily. Wallace trying to keep that bump draft going for as long as possible. Busch still ahead by about a car length, and now Blaney takes the lead off the push from Wallace. Wallace still in that bumper at Blaney. Busch, he's creating a little bit of separation away from Erik Jones. Blaney will create good separation from Busch and will lead his first lap. Well, here we go. This is what stage 3 is all about at Talladega, man. Multiple lap leaders and a good old-fashioned finish, whether that is green-white checkered or just last lap chaos. That is, of course, to be determined. Austin Cindric fights his way up into the top 3. Him and Busch battling it out for the third spot. Cindric trying to get a push from Chase Elliott, and now he's falling back as the inside lane is the lane to be in right now. Number 6 car in 6th, Keselowski. Now drop down to 7th as Cindric passes him. Harvick in 5th. Kind of been staying around in the mid-teens all race. Good to see him get up into the top 5. Cindric looking for win number 2. on the season. That would basically lock up Rookie of the Year honors if he does. Cindric really doing a nice job blocking off Elliott, but he can't go down low or else he's going to interfere with Kyle Larson. He's going to wait for Larson to pass, and now Elliott's going to go in on the inside. That's just a veteran move by Chase Elliott right there. That is just veteran thinking and good confidence. Now Martin Truex Jr. is going to leave Cindric up the middle. Oh! Cindric's getting sucked up the middle. No one's going to help the poor kid, and he just dropped from 9th to 22nd in a heartbeat. Oh, you feel for the kid. Bubba Wallace now in second. Kyle Busch in third. And that just shows you how quickly you can drop in the pack here at Talladega from like 9th to 23rd instantly. As we head to commercial break, it'll be side-by-side views, so let's still commentate the race. Blaney's still in front now with 56 to go. Should be a fantastic finish. Everyone's close to each other now. We got about 30 more laps left of potential calmness before things start to get a little wonky and we start to see the desperation by some of the drivers, especially some of the drivers up front. I'm expecting a green-white checkered finish. I'm not going to say who's going to win because I said both Daniel Hemrick and Denny Hamlin had chances of winning this race. And right now, Hemrick's out, and I have no idea. I mean, Hamlin's in 13th, but he really hasn't done much all race, so I really don't see him winning. Hamlin was my original prediction. Obviously, I'm rooting for Ryan Blaney. He's repping the shirt. Probably going to be wearing the shirt whenever I commentate NASCAR moving forward. But he's in the lead right now, but he's got to hold him off for 55 more laps. And, yeah, I don't know. That's a while. It's a long time, to say the least. He's still ahead. That deficit's really closing in. Deficit's closing. 54 to go. Blaney in front still. With 54 to go. Down the back straightaway they go. Harvick in fifth. We ride his hood. Heading off into turn 3. And he's still trying to block off Wallace as we head back to full screen. Keselowski in 6th. Look at Busch tagging the bumper of Wallace, and then Wallace couldn't reach the bumper of Blaney. That's Kyle Busch specialty right there. Wreck your way to victory. Well, you try to do that there. 53 to go now. As they head off turn 1. Down the back straightaway they go. Single file. Who's going to make a move? It looked like Busch wanted to. As they still say single file. Oh, 52 to go. Blaney's still in front. Cindric is still down there in 22nd. Ugh, you feel bad for the guy. Well, up to Evil to Hope. Can't wait for you to start your racing career. Yeah, my racing career. That would lead to me crashing into the wall. Yeah, I did see that. The Timberwolves did a nice job defeating the Grizzlies last night. I mean, I don't know how in the world they choked Game 3 away. I'm literally sorry. I just got the notification now that someone was commenting. Dude, I don't know how they blew Game 3, but they came back and won Game 4, so I'll give Minnesota credit. Start losing badly during the race. They start driving the opposite way. Well, that's what I do when I play NASCAR on the Xbox. Just start driving the other way and cause a crash. I mean, an epic crash would add the excitement, but at the same time, that also like prolongs the race by like 20 minutes. So I don't know. I just want this guy to win. And he's in first right now. So that's what we're hoping for. A Ryan Blaney victory. That's all I want. It could be a huge crash or whatever. Just, I would not mind seeing Ryan Blaney go to victory lane. Because he hasn't won yet. And usually he would have won by now. Ryan Blaney in football terms, I would say, is who would I compare Ryan Blaney to? If I was a football player, who would I compare him to? I'd probably compare him to Matthew Stafford without a Super Bowl. He's basically a guy who consistently does good, but doesn't like win anything besides like a couple of races every year. Do you think the Jags will trade away their draft pick? No, they will not. The Jaguars do anything stupid like trading away the first overall pick in the draft, I will not be happy unless I can get like 2 or 3 firsts for it. Like I heard the Panthers may want to trade up. Like, dude, I want 2022 first, 2023 first, 2022 or 4 like second, and like Brian Burns. Then have at it. You can have the first overall pick. Like, if someone wanted to trade me the first overall pick, I would technically listen to trade offers for it, but I would be demanding outrageous prices for it. I'd be like, you want the first. Okay, you're going to have to give us the first, the second, another first, and like a borderline Pro Bowl player. Like, I'll give you, like, if the Panthers want to give me a trade, I would say I would give them the first and like Travis Etienne for their first, their second, like a 2023 third or fourth, and like Christian McCaffrey. Then I'll be like, okay, there you go. There's your deal. Or something along the lines of that. But yeah, no, I would, if I was a GM, I would just make the number 1 pick like outrageously stupid. Well, they're heading back to commercial break. Great. But yeah, no, I would, in any sport, I would just hijack the first overall pick, dude. I'd be like, you can have it. You're just going to have to pay a pretty penny and then some for it. That's how I work. Scamming. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, it's been a pretty good race so far. We've had, I think, 6 cautions, give or take. And now we have, probably by the time we head at commercial break, 47 laps to go. Bortles would definitely have to be part of the trade. Oh, of course. Whoever signs Bortles next is going to go get it. Wanted to take Hutchinson? Yeah, I want them to take Hutchinson. StreamYard's being stupid. I can't like read some of the comments, like some of the newer comments, which stinks, but unless I click on them. But yeah, I want them to take Hutchinson. If they take Neal, that's fine because, you know, a lineman. It's not a sexy pick, but it's a pick they can use to at least protect Trevor Lawrence. So I wouldn't hate a lineman. I wouldn't hate Hutchinson, and I wouldn't mind Thibodeau. I just don't want them to go out and get Walker. Like, everyone's like, oh, Trent Baalke apparently loves that, like, Walker. I'm like, bro, he's not even the best linebacker in the class. Like, don't go after him. I don't know. I want to go after Hutchinson because other than offensive line, the Jaguars' biggest need is run-stop defense. They need to build on that defensive line. Josh Allen's great, but you release Miles Jack. It's like one hand washes the other. Their secondary's not going to be good, but, I mean, come on. You can draft a safety in the second or third round. You can even potentially move Tyson Campbell to a free safety. Because I think he played safety for part of his college career. So, like, you could even do that. Cut Andrew Wingard once and for all and make everyone happy. And then, yeah, they just need to improve on run D. Because DeJuan Smoot's good. He can get to the quarterback. But other than Josh Allen and occasionally DeJuan Smoot against, like, a mid-tier offensive line, Jaguars are doomed. I don't trust when coaches know a player and want to take them. Absolutely not. Not when I do and I don't. I do when the player is, let's say, for example, it's a player is supposed to go 15th overall and you take him at like 14th overall or like 13th overall. That's fine. When a player's projected to go like 9th overall and you take him first, no, I don't think. I think you go with the draft experts on that one. I mean, look at what the Raiders do. They drafted Alex Leatherwood last year. Yeah, right tackle, backup right tackle. Now, granted, he was probably a backup because it was his rookie year, but you're telling me your first round pick is a backup? Unless you're like supposed to be a backup quarterback, like a Jordan Love project or a Trey Lance project. Like, come on, man. You got to be starting your first round guys. Unless they have like an abysmal preseason. That's like the only way possible you don't start them. And don't even get me started on the Packers with Jordan Love. What are they going to do with Jordan Love? They're like, we don't want to trade Jordan Love, but we don't think he could be a franchise quarterback. And now we have Aaron Rodgers for the next 3 years. So do we trade him or do we not trade him? Oh, my God. Jordan Love is getting the Jimmy Garoppolo treatment, okay? And honestly, that's my ceiling for him. Jimmy Garoppolo, that's my Jordan Love ceiling. Why again I'll rant with Jordan Love? No idea, but probably because the Packers GM was like, hey, I love this player in Jordan Love. I'm going to go select him, which is a completely useless idea, but neither here or there. 43 laps to go. Blaney's still in front. Wallace, Bush, Jones, and Harvick still the top 5. The top 10 really hasn't changed at all. We've stayed single file for a long time here. Down the back straightaway once more. 43 to go as they head off into turn 3. Wallace blocking off Bush on the inside. By the way, NASCAR coverage on NBC begins June 26th at Nashville Superspeedway. June 26th. Well, maybe I'll commentate that race. I'll be graduated by then. So weird, man. Today's my last day of April vacation. And I have from tomorrow until June 1st. June 1st is my official last day of school, and then June 3rd is my graduation. So weird, like, knowing I'm going to college in, like, September. That's so weird to think about. But I'm looking forward to it. But, man, that's weird. All right. Yeah, the Packers are going to be terrified without Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Exactly, bro. You're going to be terrified. Yeah, the Packers are going to be terrified. Rodgers finally go off a cliff. Yeah. Rodgers might fall off a cliff. I honestly, listen, I know he won back-to-back MVPs, but really, like, does he win a third straight MVP? Maybe. I think he's still going to be top 3. I think Josh Allen will be the best quarterback next year, though, in my honest opinion, but we'll see. There's college, Dean College in Franklin, Massachusetts. So I'm staying in Mass. We're going to go for sports broadcasting. And we're going to take a 4-year major. And, well, I'm going to be a lot of money in student debt. But if I get the proper job, it's worth it. Yeah, no. I committed to Dean last week. Get to be a bulldog now. Looking forward to it. I really am. Just the fact I'm gonna be like living on campus and stuff like that, and like learning like what I already love doing in sports broadcasting, like learning from professionals. I'm looking forward to it. Do an intern with in Minnesota, yeah, man. If they send me to the brand new stadium they got over there in Minnesota, I'd be more than happy to like go to a Vikings game because you guys built a new stadium a few years ago. I think that was the year before you guys hosted Super Bowl 52. So, I mean, that must be a state-of-the-art, fine new arena. You know, like I've been to Gillette Stadium a few times. It's not a bad stadium by any means, Gillette, but it's kind of small. It's not a dome. It's not fancy. It's literally across the street from, like, the woods. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, you look up Gillette Stadium on the map, you flip it around, like, you just keep going across the street, you're gonna eventually just get to like the wilderness, and it's like, it's weird. It's a small stadium, which makes sense, but I don't know. I wish they played in Boston and were just playing the TD Garden, but that probably wouldn't make sense. It's rated top 5 in the league. The Vikings Stadium, yeah. That don't surprise me at all. Like I said, I mean, it's like, 5-6 years old. I'd love to go see a Vikings game. I'd have to go with my Kirk Cousins Washington jersey because when I got my Kirk Cousins jersey, it was the year he was entering free agency. Yeah, I should have waited till he signed with the Vikings or whoever he signed with before I got it. Yeah, I know. That was horrible timing on my part. Getting my Kirk Cousins jersey. With Blaney's still in first here, they still go, they break out of the single file pack finally. 38 laps to go, now nearing 37. Blaney, Wallace, Busch, Jones, and Harvick still top 5. Ross Chastain up in 6. Biggest downside is that, all the tailgating is gone. Dang. Yeah, it kind of stinks. At least in Gillette, you can do tailgating in other stadiums. I don't know. It's kind of tough to do tailgating in a dome unless you basically do it like outside the arena. As Bubba Wallace takes the lead, Blaney drops back down to 4th. And things are getting good here. In the final 37 laps, Bubba Wallace trying to make it back-to-back at Talladega. He won here back in the fall of last season and trying to get his second career win. As Eric Jones tries to pass him on the inside, Wallace blocks off Busch on the outside. Jones now goes in on the inside. Blaney follows. And now Jones in front, Blaney in second. Busch is going to drop all the way down outside the top 10, and he is a rotten carcass at this point. Kyle Busch is back down to 15th to 16th. Wow. That sucks for Kyle Busch, man. Great third stage just for him to drop back down to 21st. Cindric hasn't been able to come back from his far drop, and I guess I won't say Busch won't because he's obviously way more experienced than Cindric, but right now not looking good for Kyle Busch, to say the least. Yeah, he's sitting there at 22nd right now. Sam was surrounded by dust in a parking lot, which were all developed at once. Oh, yeah. That was pretty cool. So was that stadium the old stadium that had the roof collapse, or when you guys played at the Minnesota Gobblers Stadium? Which stadium? Because I know they had that weird. They had those 2 years in 2014 and 2015 when they were playing at the college stadium. Dude, I don't even know where. Like, I swear, man, I don't even know where the Patriots would play if something was to happen to Gillette Stadium. Like, I'm not even kidding you. They're either playing at Chestnut Hill or they're going to have to cram in a very small football field inside TD Garden. I think the Patriots are out of luck if something was to happen to Gillette. Honestly, there's not really many places they could go. I mean, they could go to Fenway, but would you really play at Fenway Park? Wouldn't that also be pretty small for a football stadium? I don't know. I don't know what they would do. Yale Stadium was surrounded by a dozen of parking lot. Yeah. Well developed at once. Stadium was built. This is economically nice, but yeah, it does cut down the fan experience. That makes sense. Yes, the Metrodome, nice. The roof collapsed. Yep. That's right. Roof collapsed in, 2012 or 2013? I think it was 2012. But, yeah. See, I know a little bit about my Vikings history. Played in the old, the Metrodome. That was when they played for a long time, too, if I'm not mistaken. That was like their stadium back from when because they used to play outdoor in the 70s in like the Fran Tarkenton, Alan Page era. And then they went in a dome in like the early 80s. And then, and I guess they were an outdoor team for a couple of years when their stadium had to get redone. And then, well, I guess now they're back to being a dome team. As Bubba Wallace still in front as we approach 32 laps to go. Wallace, Jones, Blaney, Chastain, Harvick, your top 5. I wonder if if the old stadium, the Metrodome, if the ceiling didn't collapse, do you think the Vikings would have still ended up being the Seahawks in that 2015 wildcard game, the game where Blair Walsh missed the field goal? Because that's interesting because, the whole argument behind that is, the snap was done wrong. Well, or the hold was done wrong. Well, maybe in better weather conditions, that doesn't happen. I don't know. I wonder what you think about that. New class on Mac started playing at the bank, which was the upgrade to meet the NFL. Yeah. It was nice from the golfers because it would meet the NFL requirements. That makes sense. It was the first stadium, and now it's the site of the Mall of America. Yeah. Here's the Mall of America was the biggest mall in America, right? I think so anyway. I don't know. I went shopping at a local mall on Thursday with a bunch of my friends. They all spent like $60 on clothes. I almost bought a Mac Jones jersey, but it was for $90. I wasn't interested in just dropping $90 like that. And all I bought that day was lunch. Well, anyway, 30 laps to go in stage 3. As Eric Jones stays in front here on the inside. Wallace, Blaney, Chastain, the top 4. Down the back straightaway, Wallace stays ahead. Chastain tries to move into second. And he does so, at least for the moment. Now Jones back underneath. Regains second. Chastain will get third. Blaney will drop down to 5th as here comes Denny Hamlin. Oh, my original prediction come true. Oh, some cars are going to go for a pit stop now. That's interesting. Those are probably the cars that are going to end up winning here. Blaney, Harvick, and Keselowski all go for pit stops. Cindric as well. Very smart by the drivers to go into the pits here a lap early. Really consider that team had the Blair Walsh miss kick a true contender. Oh, yeah, true. They weren't great, but, they probably would have lost to the Panthers in the next round anyway if they did win. Blaney's out of the box. Harvick just enters his box. Michael McDowell exits off, and so will Cindric. To buy a Bortles jersey? Nah. I branch out. I was interested in a Mac Jones jersey and a Rafael Devers jersey, but obviously, well, with the way I'm at price range, as Corey LaJoy will take the lead as more cars go into pit road with 28 to go. Wallace and Byron, two of the better cars today. Byron just goes for gas. Wallace just goes for gas. Eric Jones will go for tires and gas. Larson just goes for gas. Landon Castle just went for gas. And so will Elliott. And boy, I gotta tell you one thing, man. The cars who went for the pit stop the previous lap, they're going to be in a much better spot. I can assure you. Now, Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr. and others go into the pits. Corey LaJoy, as well as Kyle Busch, it looks like. Kurt enters into his spot. Oh, he has the Jordan symbol as his pit road thing. Anyway, gets gas. Truex will get gas also. Christopher Bell now in the pits. Busch will get gas. Bell will get a change of 2 tires. Now we're looking at, Bell's in the wall! In the inside wall, and now that changes everything. Christopher Bell hits the wall. Is there a caution? There doesn't appear to be. I thought there was. Let's take a look here. Bell comes off. Kyle Busch hits him. Oh, Busch may get penalized here for speeding in pit road. He clearly clipped Bell far away from the action, so there is no caution. But you could certainly argue one if you're a Bell fan, for sure. See the pretty boring, or do you think there'll be some big trades? Oh, the draft? I don't know. I think the draft's going to be pretty boring just because this draft is like one of the least hyped up drafts of all time. Like, I've been watching the NFL since 2013. I know the 2013 class wasn't great, but literally, like, I've not seen a draft class this dead since probably 2013. 2014 was nice. 2015, like 2014 through 2021, like they were nice. I mean, 2019 was kind of whatever, but other than, I guess, Murray and Bosa, no one really cared about the 2019 class because everyone knew the Cardinals were taking Kyler Murray and everyone knew that Bosa was then going to go to the 49ers. So I don't know. 2019 wasn't like a tremendous class. It has produced some pretty damn good players, though, like DK Metcalf and Deebo Samuel and whatnot. Jacobs 2019 or was he 2018? I don't remember. I think he was also 2019. Let me tell you something about Kadarius Toney. He ain't getting traded. He shut down those rumors immediately. Deebo Samuel, on the other hand, didn't shut down anything. I don't know. Yeah, Deebo wants to be traded. Toney doesn't want to be traded. It's just the Giants are thinking about trading for him. Oh, by the way, Brad Keselowski gets called for a pit stop penalty. I don't know what the deal is with Toney. That came out of nowhere. I mean, yeah, he didn't have a good season, but neither did Kelly. But why ain't I hearing Kenny Galladay's going to get traded? Like, come on, man. He's just a rookie with the worst starting quarterback in the league, in my opinion. Yes, I think Daniel Jones is the worst. I take people off when I say, because people are like, no, Sam Darnold's worse. Listen, Sam Darnold's, you're comparing garbage to garbage. I mean, you can't really go wrong. Is Sam Darnold worse talent-wise than Daniel Jones? Maybe, but Daniel Jones is in a way better situation. And Sam Darnold's producing just as good numbers. And he doesn't fumble every other snap. You get my point. Anyway, final 24 laps. I should probably pay attention to the rest of this race because a crash is going to happen soon. We just don't know who will be involved and when it will happen. But Denny Hamlin is in front. We have a Toyota and then followed by 6 straight Chevys. So down to 23. Let's see what will happen here. Darnold will not become Ryan Fitzpatrick. No, I think Sam Darnold will become, maybe Ryan Tannehill, but he's probably going to become like Marcus Mariota type player. He's always going to have that potential that no one's going to know because he's either constantly injured or plays bad. Basically. I don't know. I think Darnold just needs to be a back. He might have to take the Mitchell Trubisky route of just being a backup for a full season and then going after a starting job when the quarterback market gets less hungry. I don't know. I'd probably do something like that. It'd be like a backup on the 49ers if like they trade away Garoppolo or something. Anyway, 22 to go now. Hamlin, Larson, Jones still the top 3. Byron and Chastain round out the top 5. Maybe someone like Carson Wentz. Although Carson Wentz is at least very good. He's just hated because he's Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is the most hated quarterback in the league right now, in my honest opinion. Like, people have the audacity to say Jameis Winston and Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, they're all better than Carson Wentz. And I'm like, you really need to debate a wall if you think those 3 quarterbacks are better than Carson Wentz. I can withstand an argument with Jalen Hurts. But that's about it. Wentz is top 15. Y'all got to realize it. That's my honest opinion about Carson Wentz. I don't think he's going to do great on the Commanders, but I think overall talent-wise, and not top 15, he's like top 17. And he's getting the Baker Mayfield treatment, and I don't like that. On the last 10 laps, they should introduce oil. Maybe. 21 to go now. Well, nearing 20 as Hamlin's about to cross the line again. I said at the top of the broadcast, Denny Hamlin was going to win this race. And I was kind of doubting myself midway through. But now, not so much. Can he hold off Larson or Jones or Byron? That is to be determined here. 20 to go. Down the back straightaway. Hamlin stays in front. Goes Hamlin now. Still in front as we have 19 to go. Yeah, I did hear about Yankee fans throwing stuff onto the field at Cleveland after being Cleveland. That was ridiculous. Yeah, so here's what I wrote on Twitter. As Larson really cutting that lead down on Hamlin. Here's what I wrote regarding that situation. I wrote, Miles Straw, you have gained a significant amount of my respect. Sticking up for an injured teammate is a proper thing to do in that situation. Most Yankee fans are truly bottom of the barrel. And I went off on Ben Simmons earlier on in this broadcast. Yeah, as we were hanging to stage 3, I went on Twitter again and said, just a reminder, Terrell Owens played a Super Bowl while recovering from a torn ACL. Athletes nowadays can be so weak and unbearable. I'm looking right at Ben Simmons. I've been calling people out on my Twitter recently. And I'm proud of it, although they're never going to read it, but I'm proud of it. As now Hamlin takes the inside lane, Larson takes the outside, and Hamlin might be done for. Kyle Larson takes the lead. And Hamlin will drop back down to 6th. To be fair, he could have felt worse like how Kyle Busch and Austin Cindric fell, but There we go. I don't feel bad for Ben Simmons at all. Why would I? He's had 10 months to recover from back soreness. Back soreness. When your team is down 3-0 in a playoff series. When you've been practicing with the team the past 2 weeks. I know why he's not playing. It's because the Nets were losing 3-0. If the Nets were up 3-0, he'd probably be playing instead of not playing. It's ridiculous. I cannot stand the Nets. I don't like Kevin Durant because he's nothing but a ring chaser. When he signed with the Warriors, I thought that was. I liked basketball when I was younger. When Durant signed with the Warriors, that really made me not like basketball for a while longer. So I don't know. I kind of have that little grudge against Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving literally despises Boston and thinks he can do no wrong by flipping off the crowd. Obviously, as a Bostonian, that's going to tick me off a little bit. And then Ben Simmons is a whiner. I like Blake Griffin, and that's about it. Blake Griffin and DeAndre Drummond. Andre Drummond. Those are the two I kind of have respect for because, I don't know, I felt bad for both of them when they were on the Pistons. I mean, now they're both out of their primes, but I don't mind those two. But the rest of them, no. 16 to go. Larson, Jones, Byron, Chastain, Haley. Your top 5, Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch, are both sneaking back in the top 10. Harvick sitting at 17th. He's another one that really fell off. Chastain finished 30th in stage 1, finished 9th in stage 2, and, well, he's currently in 4th, trying to get his second win in a month. Let's see how good he does there. Yeah, the Boston-New York rivalry is real. The only Boston-New York rivalry that is chill is Red Sox-Mets. Basically just Red Sox-Mets. I was going to say Bruins and Islanders, but recently I can't even say Bruins and Islanders. In fact, I think us Bruins fans think the Islanders are more of a rival than the Rangers as of late. I don't know. I really just think the only chill Boston-New York rivalry in all of sports is Red Sox-Mets. That's it. I mean, maybe if like the Knicks are terrible, like Celtics and Knicks is okay, or like, yeah, if the Islanders or Rangers are awful, then like Bruins and one of those teams. But I mean, I could include Buffalo. I mean, let's be real, no one cares about Bruins and Sabres around here because the Bruins just own the Sabres. But yeah, excluding Buffalo. Yeah, even Jets Patriots, absolutely. Not as much as Bills Patriots, but Jets Patriots, yeah. Jets fans hate the Patriots. My friend went to the Week 2 Patriots Jets game this year, and he was telling me his friend basically walked up to him, and he was just like, Zach Wilson's better than Mac Jones. And then my friend was like, okay, well, you're wrong. And then, oh my God, the fan wouldn't stop complaining the entire game, he was telling me. Granted, I think that fan was drunk, but that's neither here nor there. Now, Patriots and Jets fans hate each other. I mean, the Jets stole Curtis Martin from the Patriots, and then the Patriots, I don't know, just won the last, 12 games against the Jets? Like, yeah, they kind of hate each other. Is it as bad as Patriots-Bills? No, but as Jones stays behind Larson for second place here. Someone's got to make a move, man. There's 12 laps left now. And not one driver's made an aggressive move yet. This is kind of not Talladega-like. This is a weird situation we have going here. More drivers were more aggressive in the second stage than the third stage. I can't believe that. 12 laps to go. Down the back straightaway we go. And there's the aggressive move. Byron cuts in on the outside. And Larson will go in on the outside as well, creating room for Ross Chastain to gain some ground. Of course, if Chastain wins, we'll get to see the watermelon smash. Larson still in front. Lap car ahead, but pretty far away. Jones takes the lead on the outside as we approach 11 to go. Yes, Jones will stay ahead, and we have 2 lap cars in front of us. That could play a huge difference in the next upcoming laps. Justin Haley, he's been a surprise all race. He's sticking in there in 5th. Blaney back in the top 10 at 9th. Kurt Busch also back in the top 10. He's at 8th. Down turn 3. Chastain wanted to go in on the way inside. Couldn't do it. Jones gets cut up the middle. Byron's making Jones loose. Whoa! William Byron almost spun out Eric Jones, and that would have meant Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch would have also been goners. We ride Christopher Bell after the spin out. He was having a pretty good race, but he is one of the 2 lap cars. So he'll be put a lap down as we are down to 10. The middle of the pack is all jumbled up here. Larson, Chastain, Haley, Hamlin, Jones, your top 5. Larson ahead. Chastain could be thinking outside move soon. As they say, as the bottom row says single file heading into turn 3. Here's Haley. Oh, man, he wants to go to the way inside. He won't do it, though, because if it doesn't work, he is not going to be able to come back from it. Better to stay in the position you are now. Look at Kurt Busch. You know someone wants to make a move to the outside. The issue is the outside lane is just dead right now. Jones is not getting the proper bump draft from William Byron. 9 to go. They head off turn 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Oh, boy. No violence. This isn't the Wild Wild West. We decide things via cars and strategy. No weapons. Although a car is technically a weapon, but you get the point. No, we ain't having no shoot-offs like this is a Clint Eastwood movie from the 60s. No. 8 laps to go now. Larson ahead. Still Chastain in second. Oh, Byron's begging to get by Jones now. I feel for him. Here comes Byron. Byron's trying to go up the middle. Oh, he tried it. And then the gap shut. Oh, man. Here's Byron bump drafting Jones. And now the bump draft's working. Jones back in the top 5. And he's going to try to pass Hamlin for 4th. Larson staying ahead with 8 to go. As they head off turn 4. Jones staying on that outside lane. Can't get the boost. Chastain now running away with Larson. 7 to go. Haley in 3rd, and he'll get a bump from Hamlin. Justin Haley, what an upset pick that would be if he was to be victorious. Haley now in the bumper at Chastain. Jones is going to catch up ground. Oh, that little bump from Haley slowed down Chastain. And now Jones is tied up with Larson. As they head off turn 3, side by side they are. Jones is ahead, and he will take the lead with 6 to go. Very close. Oh boy, Jones almost got spun out by Byron there. Larson regains the lead on the inside. Chastain back in 2nd. Larson ahead. Jones bump drafted to the front by Byron once more. Larson stays down low. Chastain's still with them. Jones trying to get that rush as they come off the turn. Whoa, Byron dying to get past Jones here, but Jones is back in front. 5 to go as he is zooming down that front straightaway. Jones has to avoid the hit from Larson. Oh, he was coming down on the inside lane. Larson picked up the speed to prevent that from occurring. Down the back straightaway with 5 left. Byron kissing that bumper of Eric Jones. He's taking it out to dinner and a night on the town. Haley regains some momentum. Chase Elliott's still in the fray. Blaney not too far behind, and neither is Martin Truex Jr. Jones trying to get the rush again off the front straightaway. Larson will keep the lead this time. 4 to go. When will the crash occur? It's coming. It's coming, and we're going to get a green-white checkered. That's my prediction. Larson still in front for now. Him and Jones side by side on the back straightaway. Literally side by side, and now Chastain pushing Larson up ahead. Larson creating a little bit of separation from Chastain, and that's going to allow Byron to try to gain some momentum and let him pass and let Jones pass Larson. I mean, Byron's got nothing else to do here other than just keep on pushing Jones until the last lap, basically. That's all he can do. Jones regains the lead with 3 laps to go. Kurt Busch almost wrecked. Kurt Busch almost went sliding into the inside wall. Chaos is about to break loose, ladies and gents. 3 laps to go. Down the back straightaway. Jones starting to pull away from Larson. At least that was the case for a second. Larson's bumper makes contact. Here we go. Still down low is Jones, and still keeping that lead is Jones. Kurt Busch fights his way up to 4th. Blaney drops to 13th. 2 to go, approaching single file the top 8. Off of turn 1. Jones trying to pull away his lap car out in front, and he will stay on the side. Down the back straightaway now. Someone's going to make a move to the outside right here. It looked like it was going to be Chastain. He does not. Staying behind Larson is Chastain. They go into turn 3. Jones is still ahead here. Here we go. Approaching the white flag. Jones has got to hold him off one more lap. White flag is out. Last lap. They head off into turn 1. Jones shutting the door on Larson. Chastain pleading to go onto the outside lane. Too close for comfort here down the back. Byron gets out of his position. He's going to drop a few spots. Larson still on the bumper of Jones. Kurt Busch goes on the way outside and tries to build off momentum. Jones has got to pick up speed off of turn 3. Jones, good distance ahead of Larson. They're going to crash behind him. Busch in the wall from the way inside. It's Ross Chastain. Huge crash behind him. LaJoy in the wall. Ross Chastain wins his 2nd of the season. Wow. He went on the way inside as they went off turn 4 and took the lead from Jones and Larson. And we will get to see our 2nd watermelon smash. Wow. Great race. It's going to be like Fast and Furious. It really was. Kurt's your guy, Kurt Busch. was probably the one who I wanted to win out of everyone who was in the top 5, yeah. But Ryan Blaney's my guy. He ended up finishing like 18th. That got exciting. Yes, it did. Ross Chastain makes the move and wins. How about that? Wow. And Wallace comes out of his car a little shaken up. Kurt Busch got out of his car all right. And that's NASCAR at Daytona for you. They're always entertaining like this. Always. Look at that last lap. You thought Eric Almirola was gonna make a huge push out in front. You head down the back straightaway. Kurt has to make a move to the outside. He got bumped by Chastain. Chastain stays on the inside lane. That's what you need to do all the time, and that's what he did until the very end. Stayed on the inside. He gave Larson one last bump draft. He kind of flipped Larson into the wall. That collected Busch and Wallace, and then just simply put, he outran Dillon and Larson to get first. Wow. Fantastic finish. Just like when Blaney won here in 2020, they wrecked to the line. It wasn't necessarily a photo finish, but it was a pretty good finish. Kyle Busch is going to get third over Kyle Larson as well. And then the spin, the donut. BeAMoose.org. In his first race with the new sponsor, he comes out victorious. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the broadcast. I am Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone saying enjoy the rest of your evening. Ross Chastain, he didn't win a race before this season. Well, he's got 2 before the All-Star break. Or the All-Star race, technically speaking. I heard something. My heart always thumps after good NASCAR races. Wow, what a race. Ross Chastain, congratulations, my man. Not too bad for a watermelon farmer. Be fun to crash right before the end. Yeah, exactly. That was a fun race. And glad, especially the first stage was kind of meh, but stage 2 and stage 3, those were some exciting stages. We had some good wrecks. And we had a phenomenal last lap. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening. I'll be back tomorrow for Celtics and Nets Game 4. And until next time, enjoy the rest.